We're going to get started, so lightly draw a ball. Just know that when you put watercolor on top of pencil, it sort of traps it. So we're going to leave this so that you can see what happens when watercolor goes over it. Otherwise, you need to erase the highlight. We're going to work on the value scale at the bottom, the gradation. And what you're going to do is just with like a pencil, you want to go from light to dark and not have any outlines. So I just got the paint. What I'm going to do is put down the dark area first, then get some water and find, there'll always be some paint left in your brush, so just see what that looks, and then I'm going to pull it to that wet area. So I'm trying to get that gradation. Now if I was to leave this, you would have an outline where the dark meets that medium color. So what I did is I washed off my brush and I pulled out that light area, but there's the outline right there and there's the outline right there. So the only way to get rid of it is to pull some of the dark into the light, add more dark. Now if I left that, that'd be too dark. So I'm going to pull that. I can wet it with a little bit of water. And you just start pulling. This learning how to gradiate your watercolor takes a little bit of practice, but it's all about getting there to be an even flow of values. Okay, so if you notice, I'm not using the full brush. I'm kind of dabbing at it because I'm trying to get the water to move. Right, that's pretty good gradation. All right, now let's move on to the sphere. The best way to do this is to start in the shadows. Just check how dark you have it. So I'm going to start in the shadows. Then I'm going to wash the brush, make sure there's nothing on it, and then I'll pull the highlights. Okay, you want to stay off the highlights. Now we need to make this look 3D. So I'm going to add more dark. Always try not to have an outline. So I'm going to add the dark, but then I'm going to pull it, or just sort of dab it. I'm going to dab to pull the paint in to try to not have a gradation. As soon as you pull it, you're going to have an outline where you stop. So you saw I washed off my brush and then I'm pulling it in right where it gets lighter. I now have an outline in my shadow, so I'm going to have to add more to try to soften that. And again, I'm just dabbing. Right now, add some water. So I'm just dabbing the seams of where I see the color change to try to get a nice fluid illusion of form. And then because I'm asking for a direct light, you're going to have a shadow. You can use any color for the shadow as long as it's darker than your color of your sphere. You can diffuse the shadow by just getting water and kind of diffuse the side. And that's it. I'm looking for a sphere that has the illusion of form.